In today's video, I'll be showing you guys the fastest way to reach max level in Grand Peace Online. Over the past few years, there have been a few different methods on how to reach the max level, which right now is level 575. But I believe that this method that I'll be showing you is the fastest and easiest way to level up. So let's get into it. If it's your first time playing, you'll spawn here, in the Town of Beginnings. We'll be here from level 0 all the way to 10. And the quest you're going to be doing is this one here, Daph's quest to defeat 5 bandits. It's very simple and easy to do, so getting to level 10 should be pretty easy. Now, if you're someone like me, who's taken a pretty long break from GPO and recently has come back to the game, you'll notice some of the islands are different. This is because in the newest update, the mobile update, 4 islands have been revamped, including the Town of Beginnings, along with adding an entirely new island. Anyways, once you're level 10, you're ready to leave the island. First though, you'll have to buy a boat. Head to the boat shop, and depending on how much money you have, you can get either the rowboat, which is free, or the caravel, which costs 2,000, but is faster and stronger than the rowboat, so it's up to you which boat you want. You could also get a hammer, which heals your boat, and a snail phone, which can be used to call other players in the server. Once you've chosen what you want, head to the left side of the docks, where we'll be sailing slightly west. To spawn your boat, open the menu and click the boat icon while you're over water. If you're ever unsure of where to go, just check the compass at the top of the screen, and it'll guide you to wherever you need to go. Now, at every island you're at, there will be these 2 NPCs, Robo and Bomi. Talking to Robo will set your spawn point to whatever island you're currently on, and talking to Bomi will allow you to purchase a log pose, which will give you directions to whichever island you bought the log pose on. So I'd recommend doing both of these things on each island you're on. Now for the first quest we'll be doing, follow me behind this building, where we'll find Noah. His quest will ask you to defeat 7 desert bandits, and you'll be doing this quest until you reach level 20. There isn't much else to say about this island, so let's move on to the next one. Once you reach level 10, head over to the NPC named Rave. He'll give you a quest to deliver a letter to someone at Shellstown, the next island we'll be visiting, which is a great way to earn some extra XP, as we'll be heading there either way. You shouldn't need my directions to get to Shellstown, as there should be a red arrow on your screen pointing the way, but if you don't see it, just head slightly north. Once you're here, talk to Dave to give him the letter, and you'll earn some money and XP, along with an SP reset essence, which can be pretty useful later on in the game. And also, make sure to talk to Robo and Bomi once again, who are located here. For the first quest we'll be doing on this island, head over here to Robert, who will ask you to defeat 8 corrupted Marines. This is probably the first somewhat challenging quest you'll have, as the corrupt Marines are a lot stronger than the bandits from earlier. Once you hit level 30, we'll be moving on to the other side of Shellstown to do another quest. Come over to Kevin, who'll ask you to defeat Shell's bandits. These guys are a bit stronger than the Marines, but give more XP, which is what we're looking for. While I'm fighting, I wanted to mention that if you're looking for a good early game devil fruit, I'd highly recommend heading to the trade hub, where you'll find a lot of high-level players giving away fruits to other people. Just be careful not to eat any of the common fruits they drop, as they're not very useful, and it's honestly better to go without a fruit than to use something like the clear fruit. Once you've reached level 40, we'll now be heading to the Baratier. From the docks, head in between west and northwest to get there. To be honest, I have no idea where Robo is on this island, so you'll have to find him yourself. But Bomi, on the other hand, is right next to the guy who'll be giving us our quests. Talk to Chef Rice, and he'll ask you to defeat 8 Krieg pirates. The great thing about this quest, compared to others, is that all 8 pirates are located inside the restaurant, so you can complete the quest in one go. The downside is that these enemies can be quite tough early on, and you'll need to grind here from levels 40 to 105. I know it sounds long, but it's not even the longest part of the grind, so take that as you will. If you need to, you can purchase the Blackleg fighting style from Yom for 9,000, who's located at the top of the Baratie. Fully unlocking this fighting style, along with all its moves, will cost 19,000 and a number of skill points. Using this fighting style will also grant you GPO, the ability to jump mid-air, which is quite useful. However, this is completely optional, as later in the grind we'll unlock an even better fighting style that also includes GPO. Now, once you've reached level 105, you'll have two options. You can either continue the grind like normal, or follow me to unlock your first bit of Haki. If you want to continue the grind, use the timestamps down below to skip to it. But if you want to unlock Haki, we'll be heading in between south and southwest to Kori Island. Once you're here, make your way up the snowy mountain either by climbing, which is the control key on your keyboard, or by using GPO. At the top, you'll find Ray, who will teach you armament Haki, as long as you're above level 80 and have $25,000. He'll give you a quest, and keep in mind that it is pretty challenging. This quest will ask you to defeat 50 Yetis. It's recommended to have someone help you, whether it's a friend or someone from the Discord. You can also cheese the Yetis by attacking them from the top of a cliff, but either way, you'll still need to figure out how to take down all 50 of them. Additionally, if you leave at any point during the quest, you'll have to return and pay Ray another 25,000 belly. And while you're here, be sure to find Robo and Bomi. And whenever you have completed the quest, you'll now have Buso Haki. But like I said at the Baratie, this is optional at least for now. So you could come back when you're stronger to do this. But either way, you will need Buso Haki later on in the game. Now, I'll be showing you how to get Rokushiki, a very good early game fighting style that also has GPO, similar to the Blackleg fighting style. I'll be starting from the town of beginnings, so it's easier for me to show you guys. And like before, you can always skip this and continue grinding by using the timestamps below. From the town of beginnings, we'll be heading slightly north in search of a very tall tower. Just keep in mind that it's easy to miss, and I actually did while recording this. If you're having trouble finding it, it's recommended to first travel to Shellstown, and from there, head northeast until you find the mysterious tower. If you ever encounter rough waters, that's a sign you've passed it, so you'll need to turn back. Once you've reached the mysterious tower, you'll need to climb it, which can be done with the control key on your keyboard, or by using GPO to fly up. At the top, you'll find Lifa, who will teach you Rokushiki for 10,000. To unlock GPO, you'll need to invest at least 20 skill points into your fighting mastery. After that, talk to Lifa again, and she'll offer to teach you Soru for 1,250, which replaces your dash ability with a much better teleportation dash. Keep speaking with her until she teaches you GPO for an additional 1,500, bringing your total to 12,750 for everything. Just be sure not to put more than 20 skill points into fighting mastery, as any extra points would be a waste. Now, if you skipped to this part, or you actually watched through it all, and thank you if you did, we'll now be heading to the Land of Sky. Since this video is starting to get pretty long, I'll try to get through these next parts fast. From the Baratie, head slightly northeast to east until you reach this huge water stream going into the sky. Drive into it with your boat, and you'll be sent into the Land of Sky. You can also get here just by looking for the giant pillar with a cloud on top, since it's noticeable from pretty much anywhere, as long as you have your graphics up. Both Robo and Bomi are located right here as well. To get to the first quest, follow me as we go to one of the floating islands to the right side of Robo and Bomi. Talk to Vago and he'll ask you to defeat 5 sky bandits. This quest is pretty easy, as there are 6 bandits here all in one spot, making them easy to defeat. Keep doing this quest until you reach level 110. Once you've reached level 110, follow me as we go to the Sky Island with a castle on top of it. GPO is pretty useful here, so if you've got it, make sure to use it. Talk to this guy here, and he'll ask you to defeat 5 castle guards. You're going to keep on doing this until you reach level 160, which actually isn't too bad. I'm recording this next part while editing, so I just wanted to mention that if you want to unlock Observation Haki, head to the Forest Sky Island. In one of the 2 huts there, you'll find an NPC who can help you. I won't go into too much detail about how to obtain it, mainly because I don't think it's as important as Buso Haki, and this video is getting a bit long. However, I'll leave a link to the wiki page for Observation Haki in the description, so you can check it out if you're interested. While you're here, you can also fight the Thunder God boss, but I'd recommend doing this with a group. You can find other people who are fighting the Thunder God in the GPO Discord, which I'll also link below. The next island we'll be heading to is Gravito's Fort. From the Gen NPC, jump down into the ocean and spawn your boat. Make sure not to take any fall damage, by the way. From where we're currently at, head slightly left of northwest to Gravito's Fort. And I just wanted to say again, if you're having trouble following me, just look at the compass at the top of the screen. Once you're here, you can find Robo and Bomi by the docks. But the quest we'll be doing is inside the fort itself. To the left of Robo, there's an entrance, and there you'll find Miska. She'll ask you to defeat 4 of Gravitas' Undermen. If this ever becomes too hard for you, you can sit on top of the lights hanging from the ceiling, and with a ranged weapon like a gun, you can kill them from up there. I'm recording this next part while editing once again, and I wanted to mention that at the back of the fort, you can find another quest to defeat Gravito's guards. You can take on this quest if you'd like, but the main focus here is Gravitos himself. He spawns every 12 minutes, and you can get a quest to defeat him. With the right squad, again, you can find teammates in the GPO Discord. You can easily take him down and earn a ton of XP. If you keep repeating this, it's also a great way to level up and also earn some cosmetics along the way. Now, once you're level 190, we'll be heading to Fishman Island. This will be by far the longest and toughest part of the grind, as we are trying to reach level 325 so we can move on to the second sea, but I'll talk more about this later. From Gravito's Fort, head northeast to east, and eventually you'll find the Fishman Cave. This place acts as a maze, and real quick, make sure you have your spawn point set to Gravito's Fort, since you're likely going to die a few times while doing this. When you're here, talk to Brad, and he'll offer to sell you an air bubble for 2,000. Buy it, and then we'll head underwater to complete the maze without running out of air or dying. I'll put a map on the screen to guide you to the end of the maze, and I'll also leave it in the description below. As I mentioned, you'll likely die a few times while navigating this, so be prepared. I won't edit this next part, so hopefully it'll help you even a little bit while going through this maze. And another thing, there will be sharks attacking you, so make sure you're able to deal enough damage to them, because if you get too low on health, your bubble will automatically pop. Once you've completed the maze, you'll now be in Fishman Island, probably the worst place in this entire game. You can find Robo near the place you spawned at, and just next to Robo will be a path that'll lead to the quest you'll be doing for the next 100 or so levels. For this part of the grind, I just want to say that you don't only have to do this quest, since I understand how annoying it is to do the same quest over and over again, especially with this deep blue filter on. So if you ever get bored of it, you can head into the GPO Discord, and under the first sea raids, you can find groups of people fighting bosses like Gravito or the Thunder God, which will also help you a lot when it comes to grinding. Plus, it's a lot of fun. If you want to leave Fishman Island, simply head to the giant blue beam in the sky, or ocean I guess, and walk into it. It'll take you back to the Fishman Cave. Now, once you've reached level 325, we'll be going from the Fishman Cave over to Reverse Mountain, where we'll almost be ready to head to the second sea. From the cave, head southwest to west. Once you're at Reverse Mountain, talk to Robo and Bomi, and make sure you set your spawn point here. For this next step, we'll have to find an item called the World Scroll. This scroll is used to talk to the giant monkey on this island, who will then open the gates, allowing for us to head into the second sea. To find this scroll, head to the right side of the island, and from here, you're going to want to sail slightly right of north. Make sure you go exactly this direction, as the world scroll is on a very small shrine in the middle of the rough sea, making it very easy to miss. When you make it to the rough sea, there's a chance you'll be kicked off your boat like I was. If you see the shrine in the distance, simply use your GPO, which I'm guessing you should have by now, and fly over to the shrine. If you don't see it in the distance, just get back in your boat and keep sailing. Be careful of sea beasts that spawn in these waters, as they can be pretty tough to deal with. Anyways, once you've found the world scroll, simply jump into the water and reset your character. Wait a few seconds to get eaten by a shark, then if you've set your spawn point to Reverse Mountain, you should spawn back here. With the world scroll, talk to the giant monkey. He'll then open the gates to the second sea in this pretty cool cutscene. And here we are, in the second sea. If you've made it this far, just know I'm proud of you, whoever you are. In the second sea, you can do pretty much anything you want. So if you'd like to click off the video now, I would understand. The rest of this video will be on the last 2 islands we'll be grinding on to reach max level. But of course you don't have to do any of it. I've made it to level 505 by farming bosses with other people on the GPO server, like Moria in Thriller Bark, or Law in the Rose Kingdom, so I'd recommend doing the same. But if you want to keep grinding using this method, then we'll now be heading to Thriller Bark, which is northeast to east of the starting island. Along the way, you'll have to pass the Desert Kingdom. Make sure to go around it and not into it, as going into it will just lead to a dead end. Once you're here, you can talk to Bomi and Robo at the docks. You can also find this NPC here, who sells a pretty cool looking lantern that goes on your back, and it'll help you see in the dark a bit better. From this NPC, simply head diagonally in this direction, and eventually you'll find our next quest. You'll be grinding here from level 325 all the way to 500. Of course, like I said before, you don't only have to do this quest, as there's a ton of other, more fun things you can do. Here, you'll find the quest to defeat zombies. It's a very easy quest to do, and at this point of the game, you should already have a decent devil fruit, and since there's so many zombies here, it should be pretty simple to do. From this point on, you're good to do whatever you want. The last part of the method is to go from level 500 to 575 by defeating wolves in the Rose Kingdom. But to be honest, I wouldn't even want you guys doing that. Go do other things like Battle Royale, dungeons, do the lab raid in the Rose Kingdom, or fight Mihawk. There's many ways to get XP while getting rare cosmetics and weapons, and having fun. So yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. This took me a while to make, so if you did enjoy, it would mean a lot if you would like and subscribe. And if you think I missed anything out in this video, leave it in the comments below. Anyways, see ya.